So there is a resound voice. So what I should do? Okay. So am I audible? Everybody? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But my voice is resound. Anyway. So I just want to recap from earlier two chapters, which is important to share. And somebody was asking regarding the project programming analysis, right? So can I leave and again join? I think there is a voice to
Sure,
just
sir.
I'm leaving and again I'm okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. Huh? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
hello.
Huh? I just telling to learners. So please send your name and enroll number for attendance. I request all learners, please send your name and enrollment number. Only few people are given, 2, 3 people. When you have joined, so you send your name and enrollment number. Thank you.
So please say your name and your number so that it can be recorded for your attendance. So what I was telling regarding Praja. Praja is the e-project or e-governance project in Andhra Pradesh and it was also successful. It's one of the models in the country of e-governance of the rural. So Praja means benefits to the Praja, that is common citizens, through ICT, information communication technology, at the remotest level, at the rural level, at the taluka level or block. So Praja Seva Kendras and in Odisha it has been named as Lokaseva Kendras. So we also followed our model of e-governance in rural areas. But it was first initiated by Andhra Pradesh and also by Pondicherry and other states as well. And as the Panchayat system of Kerala was very advanced, is very advanced right now in all over the country. They have also their models of e-governance at the Gram Panchayat level. Rural. So these e-kiosks, they provide services to the people living in rural areas. So they provide uh, mainly three, four kinds of things. One is information regarding government programs delivered by Panchayat Raj institutions or delivered to the rural. This is number. Number two, there is e-information or information sent to the people through IC, information communication. So this can be made possible suppose there is a Gram Sabha. And if there will be a notice to the members of Gram Sabha on mobile phone, if there is a WhatsApp group, then that would ideally be effective in communicating the information or the notice to the people. So if this model can be accepted in Odisha and other parts of India, then there will be no communication gap regarding different meetings, different programs, etc. And at the third level, the services like land records, land payment, certificates, like caste certificates, etc. These services are delivered at kiosks. So it is mainly based on district level server. The entire district data is there. District programs of the government are there at the district level server. So anybody can access and get the information, get the certificate, get the data, and make payment online, etc. So project is a governance. That's what I want to tell. Some of the yesterday, right? Then we come to rural development. How ICT can be used for the purpose of rural development. So first thing, during the detailed analysis yesterday, I want to have the major points in this aspect. One is we must have information, collection, gathering information, storage of information on one point or one center. So that is called need of assessment of the by the agency of government agency or by any method. That means the need of the assessment of people, the demands, the standards, etc. must be stored at first it must be assessed, then it must be stored on the collector. Then identification of relevant technologies or ideal technologies as per specific local needs, because all over the place the local needs can vary. Suppose the local needs in Sundarban may not be relevant in Mayurvanch, Odisha. What is relevant in Kotak may not be relevant in eastern parts of South of Gajapati. So the local specifications must be considered, identified, and as per those specifications requirement, the ideal technologies to be identified for the success of rural development works. Then there must be technology backup for two things. There must be technology backup. That means there must be sustainable use of ICT in rural development. And there must be the help of one technology institute, like engineering college or whatever government continue that process to help process use of ICT in rural development. Because the Panchayat instances, even as they don't have the technical capacity to run these programs, to sustain these programs, and to address the technical difficulties arising out of the implementation of ICT development. That's why one engineering college or institute identified in each state to provide services, technical services for running these programs. So this is the two aspects. One is how the ICT can be managed. Then now we have another question regarding the ICT for women. I have recently scheme that is in the 80s, and we have gone beyond doctors. Right. So in target in rural areas, we have to women. For the technical, there are examples how women have been brought to any computer system or computer system or even internet. Suppose you take the case
Sir,
of
you are not audible clearly.
that's a repeat. I think there is some problem with the sound. I think what is let's say what should be done. Should I leave and again hello? Let's check. What is the sound? Right? Even the sound are you now audible?
Yes, sir.
So let us do like find a solution to this problem. Therefore, my sound is grounding and voice is grounding. That is this problem. There is some technical problem connected. That is not the problem. Anyway, so let us take in this way how women rural areas who are the marginalized group or sexual group or excluded group. So they are said you cannot ignore 50% of the population, that is women. When you talk of inclusive development. So women in the rural areas are much more distributed when compared to women in urban areas. And particularly in the access, capability to access these information technologies. Those things are changing in a faster way because of the access to mobile phones, 4G mobile phones. The extensive use of mobile phones in rural areas by women also. So there is a change. How this potential can be tapped for women. Suppose we do put as the in political kind of aspects, you can see through video how pickles are made, how papads are made, how agriculture you can use your technology like or improving production agriculture. So I got if women are linked to that network, then they can. This is the first. Second is women must do event planning. So if you identify 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 women in a self-help group and train them in ICT level, like ICT, then this will be a lot of in the quality of life and marketing strategy, in production strategy, and in ICT agriculture or producing the products. Suppose the products which are event in travel area, that is the use of production millet, millet-related food data, which is dangerous and can be in place of other foods which are bad for health. So if this technology used for producing locally available products in travel area, then that is being a change. So in the coastal district, you could take the production. Then you use the locally relevant technology and mix them with the ICT, and the products can be available and available. This is marketing strategy. This is now the marketing strategy direction. How it is done? Because the fair and the products are sold by the citizens and facilitated by government. That's a good idea. But there is a scope that the use of ICT can be improved upon. It can be changed. So this is experimental and different things like they are experimented. We have a experimented and we can improve upon what is that? Then through ICT, we can educate in the comment sector of e-learning. There we can analyze, but just like there is as the dropout rate among girl children in rural area is higher than boys and then the girls in urban, and the dropout rate of the girl children or girl young children in rural areas, tribal rural areas is higher than the non-tribal rural areas. Then these specific needs of education at the school level for even can be identified, be mapped, and then specific planning to be done or other to be done to address the issue that how to bring back left out, particularly our left at the primary level and at the and in what way ICT can be useful in developing inclusion. Yeah. So as Pondicherry, what they have done, they have been doctors with specific like research, and there are minimum knowledge which can be shared with everybody in those fields. So if the information is easily understood by common people regarding hygiene, regarding sanitation, regarding common duty, then this will be a great help to them to play on the how to access this information and how to use this. So if necessary, some will can be trained in that, from our disease or not such for 2, 3 villages, whatever it is told in uh, the structure of the uh, structure, infrastructure, manpower. Etc. So if they facilitate women's access to minimum knowledge of health facilities, then they can manage and they can prevent greater tragedy, greater health risks by neglecting this. This is another one. So ICT can be very useful, meaningful, relevant, effective in bringing inclusive development to all areas, particularly in agriculture, in marketing and producing commodities by them and marketing by them and in health and in education and in other areas. So this is of great help to them. Then we are discussing this in the context of Panchayat. So what can best be done to improve the performance of Panchayat institutions through IT? So we have seen from the beginning till now, till the acceptance of amendment to the Constitution during the period of Rajiv Gandhi, this is Panchayat. So we think that institution created institution. We have to form experts for it. Now, extreme schools in the country, that there is an information in the beginning of democracy or the participation of democracy, participative democracy, or what we call as dialogic democracy, there is dialogue between people and government or people and institutions, institutions and government. Then you know, it sounds like government program, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh are advanced. So far as Panchayat institution or functioning of the Panchayat the degree of democracy in the country is concerned. Then there are weaker states like UP, Bihar, and other states. Even Panchayat institutions and functioning in Bengal are very high salary states, but now it has declined in the last 15 years. So how ICT can be in local democracy or in the process of decline? As Mahatma Gandhi said, five people cannot sit together and decide the fate of democracy at a time. It is the common people, by their participation, through their intervention, through their dialogue, can make democracy vibrant. That's why there is a term, democratizing government. This can be possible at the Panchayat level through the use of ICT. ICT, communication technology, can be used effectively in mobilizing people, in making their presence or ensuring their presence in Gram Sabha organizations, in intervention, in their interaction with the Panchayat institutions, Panchayat leaders, etc. So ICT can be helpful in this. So the biggest challenge is that the power structure in rural areas have not been challenged, not been challenged by the Panchayat institutions and their representatives. So rural areas find classes of people who are economically powerful, socially powerful, politically powerful, and culturally. Definitely, there is a challenge with this power structure by reservation for women, that is tribal. Now, educated people are coming to these places or members or Jilla Parishad members or Panchayat Samiti members. This is a huge change. So, ICT can be of helpful use, of use. As more and more educated people are coming to this. So, the general perception that there is corruption, there is communication, there is bureaucratization, there is no control over these Panchayat institutions has to be demolished, has to be weakened. Because unless we do this, the real meaning of democracy at the grassroots level cannot be realized in the common people. The question is, we have identified challenges, various various case studies, various experts committees, all have contributed a lot in identifying and mapping the challenges of the proper functioning or democratic functioning of the PRI. What is this? How can we address this challenge? By the use of IC. First information. Because there is a lack of information on the part of the community, bureaucracy. So to challenge that, every information that government programs which are not high, that must be shared to the community. That must be shared to the common people to various divisions of ICT. If they have information regarding the government program, regarding the timing of applying for that, regarding the eligibility criteria to get the proper benefit, then people will become people will become. So there is a this is what I think. What I am saying again, we repeat. Uh, are you listening correctly? Hello.
No, sir, not clearly.
Sir,
That is the problem. What is happening?
there is a sound, sir.
Yes. So what I am saying, this is being repeated twice. So what can we do? Let us continue like this. I do not sound. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let us continue like this. शायद वाला रिपीट हो जाए चैनल हमारे बंद करी
Hmm. Hmm.
So first thing is that one must know, have information. Second is that the delivery of public services to the people must be transparent and accountable. And third important factor so far, the functioning of the PRI is concerned, is public service delivery. That must be ensured through the use of IC. Next is what we call as the dialogic democracy. That there must be continuous dialogue between Panchayat Raj institutions and so. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So then dialogic democracy. What do you mean by dialogic democracy? That means there must be continuous dialogue between people living in Panchayat in areas of Panchayat Raj institutions and Panchayat Raj institutions themselves. So Gram Panchayat must have regular communication with the citizens living in its area. That will help communicate with each other and identifying their problems and redressing their problems. That must be. It is not that once there will be election and after election everybody will forget everything. People will forget Sarpanch ward members and Sarpanch ward members will forget the people. It is not like there must be Gram Sabha in real sense. In many times there has been accusation, allegations that Gram Sabhas are not being properly held and it is, if it is held, it is being manipulated. The signature of the judge, etc. So that must end. That means there must be a continuous dialogue between the citizens and the Panchayat from Jilla Parishad to Gram Panchayat, particularly Gram Panchayat, because they have a living relationship, existing relationship. They have geographical connectivity and closeness. Then how ICT can be used. So now there is a system of GIS, Geographical Information System. So in geographical information, you tag that, then the project is developed and said what can be analyzed, verified by the user. So there is no need of engineer going to verify it physically or block development picture or collector going to visit them physically, inspect physically, and find out whether there are lapses or not. So if it is GIS tag, then anybody can access with the mouse to click and see what is going on, what has been done, and what has not been done. Right. So this is dialogue. Then there are e-panchayat in other places. So in e-panchayat, you will find different models of communication. You can write it down also. That is also in the book. First is P2P. P2 means doing. That is P P2P. Panchayat to panchayat. That means various panchayats can interconnect with each other and find out the best experience in them and adapt themselves. And also find out the deficiencies in them. Then P2B. That is panchayat to business. The panchayat can do business. Sell its product, market its product, buy its the product from other its people of the panchayat. Then P2G, then P2E. This is electronic correspondence or electronic communication. Then how information within panchayat, which is till now regarded as confidential, secret of the panchayat, can be shared to the public. Suppose there is a Gram Sabha. People are present, members of the Gram Sabha are present, and proceedings of the Gram Sabha are not available to the members. So whatever was decided in the Gram Sabha, there is a chance that after the signature, there can be complaints. So if the proceedings of the Gram Sabha is made public, is typed and put in a website and sent to the telephone to each one member of members of the Gram Sabha, then that can be shared. We have discussed this, decided. So there is no case of manipulation at the higher level. So sharing of data, the proceedings of the Gram Sabha, that can be done. Then schedule of Gram Sabha, when Gram Sabha will be held annually. In the year beginning, Panchayat will notify that in these days Gram Sabha will held, that members of Gram Sabha will be prepared to attend. And to ensure presence of women, presence of weaker sections in Gram Sabha. So if there is Gram Sabha and rich people, powerful people, educated people will be present, and weaker sections, those who are daily laborers, those who are women. So there people will say, no, you cannot go to attend Gram Sabha because you have to do the job of cooking at your home. So then that presence of Gram Sabha itself becomes exclusive, not in. So if you communicate earlier, then there will be comparison with the members of Gram Sabha way ahead to attend the meeting and give their suggestions, right? So these are services that can be made for tax and concerning interest. Then you have this sanitation, cleanliness, monitoring, how clean, how controls are clean, buildings are clean, villages are clean, sanitization is maintained, hygiene is maintained, something during Corona pandemic. Odisha done a good thing that panchayats, sarpanches are being powers of elected to manage pandemic in India. So they have many of the panchayats have done a splendid job in containing, in managing their hospitals and the pandemic of Corona. So these examples, best examples, wherever it happened, different parts of the state, can be taken up later that they are the best models. And this can be shown, I don't know whether it can be videographed or not. If it could have been videographed, then we can take out the examples, best practices for the entire country, the entire world. How institutions of local government in Odisha have done a splendid job during the pandemic, Corona, how they have managed, how they have confronted. So when the migrant workers came from Calcutta, Surat, they identified them, quarantined them, treated them, and they got cured. So how people are quarantined, how they would needs of them fulfilled, how things have functioned during that period, how certain days what numbers they solve people. So these are best practices which can be taken up as models, right? So this is all about in yesterday's class that I have left on culture, etc. So to go to the next chapter, which is e-learning. So e-learning, we know we are students, teachers, these are my stakeholders in a teaching system. So this is called in teaching learning system. Here I am teaching, and we are in online mode. We are not in a physical mode. We are not in football subclass. We are not teaching with a duster or chalk or a pen, a blackboard. So now I'm using mobile phone. You all are using mobile phone or laptops, and you are watching me. You could see me. You could heard my voices. You could hear my voices, and taking down notes. This is virtual mode teaching. This is what e-learning. So e-learning is electronic learning or learning through computer. That is it. So e-learning is otherwise known in the 18 minutes past stage as CBT, computer-based teaching. CBT. We have crossed that. So this is definition of it. A content is developed, it is shared with you, then content is taught to you by the teacher. You are hearing that. And this has become more relevant, more significant during the pandemic. Because the pandemic has changed our way of teaching. You are unable to go to your institutions, colleges, schools, universities. We are unable to go there. So when you are unable to go there, there is no way of communicating with you except this online, except e-learning, right? So there are merits of e-learning. That's not the question. Question is what is e-learning? How it can be implemented effectively, how it can see and what the challenges in it. So e-learning has become a major part of e-governance in today's context throughout the world. So now companies are stepping up to sell e-content, to privatize e-learning, to get profit out of e-learning. So when the government agency, if they fail or if they can backward, then there is a chance this will be this space, this area, this domain will be exploited by the private players in education and they will get profit. So let us see what are the minimum ingredients, element required for it. First, you need a tool, either a powerful 4G enabled mobile phone or this laptop. Number one. Number two, you need a seamless connectivity. Seamless connectivity. That means strong connectivity. You understand? Third is you need a private. Suppose now you are attending the class at home, but there is no sufficient or independent group for you. Other members of your family are sitting there, doing their class as well. Disturbed. So you need a private, peaceful, silent space for you, unless you do that, you cannot learn. So these are three basic. Then you have other tools like your phones and other accessories that you require, right? And then final last thing that is most important, that is electricity. Suppose you don't have line or fluctuations in the power, and you don't have battery or you cannot continue with this battery for 2 hours in a mobile or in a laptop. So these 4 5 things. So one is major instrument that is mobile phone and laptop. Second is connectivity. Third is electricity. Fourth is your uh, space. These we need for e-learning. You have heard the name of EduSat, educational satellite. That's in India in the 80s, and we have got that stage. The satellites are being used for e-learning. So we have uh, advanced e-learning equivalent to America, Australia, Japan, France, or America, China. In some, not in every. So this pandemic exposed the fault lines in the e-learning. As I have discussed earlier, Most of the students don't have mobile phones. Suppose in undergraduate, 4 or 6 students don't have mobile. Number one. Number two, common sharing of mobile phones. You have one mobile phone in your family, brother is using for class, you are using for class, sister is using for class, and your father is using for personal use, business, etc. So three people at home have to share this phone according to their advantage. And there is a conflict in time and conflict in space. So what is conflict in time? Conflict in time means you have to keep this phone from 5 to 7 to attend your class in evening. And your brother or sister, he or she has to attend this in this time. And your father or parents, they need phone at this time. So there is a time of no, conflict of time. Then conflict of space. Suppose your father is taking out this phone to his business place or to his office. Then you don't have. So if your father does not come to the right time before 5, you cannot use that. This is another. Third is the connectivity, the space. In your phone, you don't have a separate space. So these are challenges we found during the pandemic in India, particularly in Odisha. So for e-learning culture. So let us come to the points of e-learning. What are the advantages, significance of e-learning? Number one is e-learning is flexible. You on your own convenience, you can learn. Suppose you are going to YouTube. What is the significance of e-learning? You can get, suppose from EduChat, you can get that from internet, you can get that from Chrome, you can get that from website www, you can get that. So information, knowledge, and the content are stored in e-center, and there you can access that and learn without the availability of teacher. And if there is availability of teacher, then teacher has a particular time and particular allotment for class. Then you can learn that like the present mode of learning. Then the distance learning. Second significance of e-learning, distance learning. You need not come physically to center of learning, like school, colleges. So remaining at home like this mode of learning, distance learning. So distance learning is another aspect of e-learning. Then you have a wide learning experience. So your learning experiences vary and wide, not like a single mode of teaching in a physical classroom. Then you have e-training. The companies or institutions can train you through e-content mode of e-learning. You need not physically to the training center unless it's practically based job. Suppose you are being trained in ITI, you have to learn the functioning of the machine. You have to learn the parts of the machine. That cannot be possible in learning. But if you are going to be trained, there is some serious problem. I think this sound. This training then can be customized as per the needs of the learners. That is, you don't need to give everything to all the learners. We can we can separate the needs of different kinds of learners, and we can develop e-content as per these requirements. So there is no need of repetition. There is no need of conflict. And this is called customized software. Then professional development of the teachers. So how can I develop myself as a teacher? I can attend online seminars, online workshops. I can get online content material from e-resources, e-resources. So these are the terms used in e-learning. That is e-learning, e-content, e-resources, e-library, and so on. So we have seen online courses, online classes, and online support services. Yes. So there are two important terms. One is MLE, managed learning environment. Here we have a managed learning environment. That's a learning environment has been managed here. So we are inviting students to workshop.
Excuse me, sir.
They are attending. Yes, yes, yes.
Extremely sorry, sir, for interrupting. Actually, you have joined 2 times. That's why the audio is not clear.
What?
Means you have joined 2 times, sir.
Oh, acha, okay, I am leaving. Then I am joining.
Yes, sir. That will be
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Okay. Now it's okay, sir.
Now it's okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now fine. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now is it fine?
Yes, sir. It's fine.
Yes, sir. It's fine, sir.
But am I visible to you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
How can I be visible? I am audible, but not visible.
Yes, sir. You are audible but not visible.
Yes, you are audible but not visible.
How can I be visible? I am going to video, but that is already open.
Sir, you can
So
left
shall I
button
join
and
again?
join again.
Sir,
So am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, again there is a repeat. Okay, okay. Sure. So is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Again there is a repeat of voices. I am unable.
Some technical issue might be there.
It is not that I have joined twice because I left it. I left it and again rejoined. But still the same problem is going. The same problem is going on. Right.
Yes, sir.
So VLE, virtual learning environment. This is e-learning environment, virtual learning environment. So what is virtual learning environment? One second. So you must know virtual learning environment. So virtual means that is E, depending on E. So we have virtual teachers. There is a virtual community of learners, teachers, and other members. That is called virtual community. So managed learning environment is one and really virtual learning environment. So we need a syllabus, we need administrative information, notices regarding timing of the class, who will take the class, etc. Then there is the notice board. They are virtual, not physical. Then student registration. In the beginning, I told that you should send your roll number and a name so that you attendance, the students attendance. Then teaching materials, right? So if you would have shared the PPT on this, then you could have this can be a teaching material, right? So this is what we need for virtual learning. Virtually, the environment has to be created so that e-learning experiences will be effective and pleasant, right? These are the requirements, minimum requirements that we need for virtual learning environment. Then you have had the name of digital library. So in digital library, this is a wide popular term right now. You can access everything digital, electronic. You can download books, you can download journals, articles, chapters, and so on. So what do we need? You need a password, either on payment or freebie. So many universities are giving free access to their students for e-library. So they are connecting to other important languages of the world. Suppose you have connections to university or our university or any university, have a connection with other university library. So there can be e-exchange of books and material from one library to another. You can say, you can download, you can print, you can study, you can access. So not only the books, also the valuable and important documents, critical documents or significant documents. So what is the benefit of this? Sitting in a particular place in Odisha, you can access the library of Oxford University, Cambridge University, and other important universities as well. So you don't need to buy those books at a higher cost. Even those books may not be available in a printing form right now. And if you have to access those books, you have to go physically there. Suppose you want, there is a book in London School of Economics or Oxford University or Cambridge University, which you don't have. So you have to go there, which is very expensive, not possible for everybody to have access. The digital you cannot access. So this is the service available with the e-library. You see the significance of e-library, how that has changed, right? So we need a virtual learning environment with a graph there, and through virtual learning environment, you know, you need to uh, uh, what you need to learn the necessary course syllabus, e-content. So e-contents are available in various e-learning platforms. You can access that. Then you have e-library, and e-library is very helpful in giving you whatever you need, your study material, very easy with the mouse of a click. Then you have digital portfolio. It maps where one has been, where one is going, and how it is. So this is very crucial for learning. That is the digital portfolio. Right. This is a kind of leasing or giving document. It is otherwise known as hypermedia document. Right. Then you have EduSat. In India, EduSat was started in 80s. That was a 1950 kg satellite with a EU band. Right. So in Karnataka, there was one Visvesvaraya Engineering College, which is the first institution to access uh, uh, this uh, uh, EduSat. It affiliated 60 colleges to the EduSat satellite, and there are two ways. You can ask questions, you can share the content of study material there, and you can also link to the e-learning or online classes. So that now EduSat has 5 zones, each for 5 zones of India: north, south, west, central, east, etc. Right. So that covers the entire India. So they have 120 affiliated colleges in India. This sorry, this is for the engineering college. Then we can see the difference between traditional libraries and digital libraries. So what is the difference? What is the features of traditional libraries and digital libraries? The possibility of writing. So first thing is that this is a very traditional library that is limited. The space is limited. So left you can write traditional library, right digital. In left from number one point you write space, then you write limited, then you write efficient, though unlimited, not unlimited but sufficient. So the space in digital library, space you understand, I think that means geography. Suppose in Uttar University there is a digital library. There is a limit to that building. These are the number of books, racks that can be stored there. Suppose 5 lakh books can be stored in that, or 10 lakh books can be stored in that. Not beyond that. So you have to put up another building if you expand the network. But here in one server, you can keep lakhs of. And if you expand that server, or you put more servers, then you can put black subject books there. So the space of digital library is more or wider than the space of traditional. So number two, right now, number two, you have this maintenance cost. You need many people, staff, librarian, national library, year library, etc. Then you need to use the new technology to protect them. Otherwise, it will be destroyed. So the traditional library has the risk of maintenance. You need to maintain the building. You need to maintain the racks. You need to maintain the tables and chairs. You need to finally maintain the books. You need to regular binding, regular cleaning, and put in some chemicals so that the moths will not leave the book, the pages of the book. And finally, what is happening in Uttar library? Many of the students are using library and keeping the pages of the book out. So they are taking away. So these are the important pages of the book. What is the feeling of that book after the his use? So all things have to be taken care of with tradition. But you don't need these things in the digital. You don't need to maintain the maintain the server. You don't need to keep the pages of the book from the of moth or cheaper or fraud or thief. Those are taking out the book. So that is really safe. Then you have this casual. This is not casual, formal. This is you have innovations in technology. Then physical boundary. There is a physical boundary in traditional library. There is no physical boundary in the digital library. As I have told, building. Then this availability. There is a limited availability. That means from 3 to 5 is the digital library. Not before then, not after. For 7 hours. That means this is not a 24-hour service in a traditional library. But in a digital library, at late night, suppose at 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 p.m., 2 a.m., you can access in library world at for your convenience. So there is a limited access. Then you have this availability access, and you have uploads. This is the interconnected or traditional library. Digital library, there is a structured access and a richer content, right? Then information retrieval. How the information can be saved and retrieved. This is difficult in or limited in, or it is time consuming in traditional, but in uh, mm, digital library, you can use go to search anything. So you go to the search option in computer and write it down. That is the MPA-17. So you will get, right. So then innovation. It is difficult in traditional library, but it is easier in digital library, right? So these are the advantages or disadvantages of traditional as well as digital library. And the concept of digital library are revolutionary e-learning, right? Then we got this satellite education. In case if services and you to go to the next uh, paper, right? So these key concepts, key ideas in e-learning, we must experience it, and we must after taking, you are very inspiring. These ideas are inspiring. Let us discuss what are the challenges, limitations of we analyze. These are advantages to the student, not all. Why? Why most students cannot get the benefit of this e-learning, e-content, e-syllabus, e-library, etc. Because who have access to this technology, that is information and communication technology, they can really do something. Switch to use the term as digital divide. In last studying about digital divide. In India, we find there is not a uniform pattern of digital divide. There is a digital divide between urban and rural, between developed state and developed state. between rich and poor, between center and periphery. So what is center? In Odisha, center is Bhubaneswar, Kottar, and other route Sambalpur, Rampur. What is periphery? Gajapati, Kandhawa, Sundargarh, Jharsuguda, Koraput, Nuwapara, Malkanagiri, Mayurabhadd. So these are remote parts in which students, learners suffer from multiple deficiencies. One deficiency, they don't have access to technology, they don't have access to connectivity, and they don't have access to space. As an example, one of the students going 1 kilometer daily to attend the online class in the open field in Kannada. This is not exceptional. This is much student around 50% of 40%. So digital divide is a serious problem in India and particularly also in Odisha. So all the ideas are very good. This separate technology is good. This class is very good. But question is who owns the technology? Second challenge is that there is a privatized. If these services are privatized, then it will carry a cost. So what will happen? Those who have money to buy this technology at the contract, they can afford education. Those who don't have money, they are automatically excluded from the e e-learning market. So in this pandemic, during this pandemic, a new market is developed in India, of the world, that is e-learning. So e-learning market must not fall if we want to inclusive learning. If we want to include learning experience, that must be easier. So those who have money, they will have access. Those who don't have money, they will automatically excluded from the e-learning project, e-learning curriculum, course, or whatever. So these two genders have to adjust by the state. Unless this is addressed by the state, again, the division, the discrimination, the inequality, the process of learning will be continued. So another final example I will in this chapter will be the next chapter. In classroom, suppose you have this class. There are three kinds of learners. One is first time learner, another is first learner, second learner, and third generation. Who is first generation learner? Suppose your father, your grandfather were not students and not going to school or college first. You are the first generation in your family who is coming to higher class at the peak or on the who is second generation learner, whose father was also student, who is third generation learner, whose grandfather was student. So I have to address three generations of learners in my the level of confidence, the learning capability of third generation learner is much higher than the second generation learner and first generation. Understood? So I have to address that. But this cannot be addressed in the online class. I can read your faces, and by that I can understand what level you have understood the idea and teach. But here I cannot understand. I cannot study your faces. I cannot interact with you. I cannot study your problems. I cannot identify or map your limitations, your deficiency. So as a teacher in a classroom, is different from a teacher in a online or virtual classroom. So this aspect has to be split upon, and online learning cannot be a replacement to physical product, right? So with this, we will stick to this e. So during pandemic, yeah, you must be experience this banking fraud, this online marketing fraud. What is banking fraud and online marketing fraud? Somebody is making a telephone call to you and asking whether you should share uh, PIN number of your card, ATM card, number of ATM card. So this is reason. Why this is possible? Because you have got ATM card, you have got PIN number, you have got phone number. So this means you are electronically transacting your banking business. By card, you are making payment in online portals or e-malls, Flipkart, Amazon, and so on. You are buying books, shoes, hats, and such. So when the soft market closed, there is a lockdown. So this is the only mode available to the people. That is the mode of e-commerce. So this is not e-commerce. E-commerce means transaction electronic. Even when you are paying ATM card or in malls, physically, that is a kind of e-commerce. Now you have is paying for Flipkart or Amazon. That is e-commerce. Then you are using apps, banks, SBI, that is e-commerce. And then transactions to different organizations, electronically, that is e-commerce. So what is basically e-commerce? E-commerce is business to internet. This is possible because of internet. You are putting your password unless you have internet, 4G, faster internet. You cannot put payments in an online internet. So if that is slow, your payment is possible. You are paying taxes, you are paying electricity bills, you are paying whatever you are buying in online. So these are various aspects of e-commerce. So e-commerce is otherwise known as internet commerce, right? The electronic data interchange, that is EPI. Then we have intranet commerce. Intranet is a growing, right? This is a growing area. Just a second. The class. Sorry. So there is a call for mine. Then what are the basic requirements? One is you can write down, that is efficient transaction engine. That means all the engine must be made efficient, the transaction. Second is common transaction process. Common procedures are used. There cannot be specific procedure for similar type of transaction. So if you are going for SBI, procedure is common. You cannot violate that procedure. Then consistent input control. So these are the basic three requirements for internet. Then external commerce. Internet commerce you cannot right now cannot define what externality is, but it is just not exactly opposite of external. Internet is within the net. It is outside the net, using the net. So asset one is a network that links business partner to one another. That is through internet, that is external or extended external, right? So what are the benefits of e-commerce? One is organization, another is consumers, and another is society. So how organizations which are involved in commerce are getting benefits through e-commerce, right? So what are the benefits for organization in e-commerce? One is that the cost is decreased. What is the cost of creating, distributing, and storing, retrieving paper-based systems? Earlier, organizations are putting the information on paper. So when they are resorting to or switching to e-commerce or e-transaction, these organizations right now don't need any kind of paperwork. So far, retrieving, discussing, distributing, storing, etc. Second is full-time supply chain management, which was earlier there. This process starts from customer order and in just-in-time process. Suppose you order, you get the order from any 5 or 6 places individually or complete each order only these terms of goods or commodities. So that is process. So that is time saving, that is cost saving, and that is also material saving. You don't need material in some manner. Then reduces time between outlay of capital, receipt of production service. So how capital will be mean your market for production and to the end of production before going to the market. This gap is bridged or squeezed in comparison to traditional commerce. Then lowers the telecommunication cost, that is internet is much cheaper than the value added telephonic network. So e-commerce is now presently throughout the world is totally dependent on internet. Unless you have high speed internet, you cannot go for it. So this is less costly than the telephone network, the wire network connected. You need telephone, you need wire, carrying trans and so on. Then e-commerce another big advantage is that you know economics, the big fish always eat the small fish. This happens in commerce. But when you switch over to e-commerce, the small companies can compete with the big companies. Suppose if you order in Amazon, you don't have you have a brand, but you can also look for other. That means other brands are competing equally with a higher price and a same price or both price, right? Then enables organization to reach customers outside the immediate area at a minimum cost. This is possible in e-commerce. Then permits the creation of efficient market of an industry or in an industry in which buyers and sellers can have equal benefits, shared benefits. This is on the self-explanatory facilitates global trade. That means the company can penetrate foreign markets in e-commerce. Suppose you put your item in Amazon or Flipkart, and that is accessible for the globe as a commercial for the globe. You can buy, right? So Alibaba is the biggest store in the world, e-store. You can order, and there is a rule in Alibaba store that you cannot order the minimum one, two, or three. You have to order the minimum of what is called retailer and the wholesaler. It's a kind of wholesaler. So there are wholesalers in the market and there are retailers in the market. So you can buy on your own terms and you can also sell on your own terms. So that is a kind of comparative equality in comparison to inequalities in the physical product market, right? Then this is the benefits to the organization. What are the benefits of e-commerce to consumers? So customers have more choices. If you search, you can have story, you can have Amazon, you can have Flipkart. हाँ,
सो सर किसी सुना जाओनी ठीक से
सही तो पसंद नहीं कि कौन करेगी? तो
सर
जाहिर
क्लास नले शेड्यूल कर दवा कारण एमती टाइम वेस्ट होची किछि बुझा पडुनी
ହଁ ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ଠିକ ସାର୍ କ୍ଲାସ ନଉଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ କିଛି ବୁଝିପାରୁନୁ ଅଲଗା ପିଲା କିଏ ବୁଝିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିଦବା ସାର୍
ଶୁଭୁନି?
ସାର୍ ଅଲଗା ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ବି ପଚାରିଦବା ସାର୍ ଯଦି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଶୁଭୁନି କିଛି ଶୁଭୁନି ଠିକ ସେ
ଆଚ୍ଛା ପଚାର। So is everybody listening to me correctly?
pardon sir
Is everybody listening to me correctly?
yes sir that should means everyone should say that
I am
Alicia Mangalika Pralina Saraswati Purna
ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଦିଟା ଭାଇ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍ ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଦିଟା ଯୋଉ ଆଇଡି ଶୋ କରୁଛି ତାର ଗୋଟେ ବୋଧେ କଟିଗଲେ ଏଟା କ୍ଲିୟର ହବ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି।
ମୁଁ ସେଇଟା ହିଁ କହିଥିଲି ସାରଙ୍କୁ ଥରେ ସାର୍ ଚାହିଁ କଲେ ହେଲାନି
ସତେଜ କହିଲେ କିନ୍ତୁ ରିଜଏନ୍ କଲି ନା ସେଟା କାଟିବି କେମିତି?
ସାର୍ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ରେଡ୍ ବଟନ୍ ଥିବ ସେଟାକୁ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରିକି କାଟି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ରେଡ୍
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ବଟନ୍
ସାର୍।
କଟିଗଲା।
ଏବେ
ନାଇଁ ଏବେ ତ କ୍ଲିୟର ଆସିଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ଭିଡିଓ ଆସୁନି। ଅନ୍ କରିଛି ତ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଯଦି ନାଓ ରେ ମାରିଦେବି ଯୋଉଟା ନାଓ ଏଟା ତ କଟୁନି ଗୋଟେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ
ସେଇଟା ବି କାଟି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
କେମିତି କାଟି ଜଏନ୍ ତ ଦେଖଉଛି ନା ଏଥିରେ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଯୋଉ ରେଡ୍ ବଟନ୍ ଥିବ
ଏଠି ରେଡ୍ ବଟନ୍ ଦେଖଉନି
ଜଣେ
ଆଉ ଏଇଟା ଯୋଉଟା ନାଓ ଟା ସେଇଥିରେ ରେଡ୍ ବଟନ୍ ଆସୁଛି ଅଲରେଡି ଆସୁନି ଜଏନ୍ କରିଦେଲେ ତ ଡବଲ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ସବୁବେଳେ ଏଠି ହଁ କୁହ
ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ଆଉ
ଥରେ ଯାଇକି ରିଜଏନ୍ କରିବି ତ
yes sir
ଠିକ ଅଛି ସେୟା କରିବା that will be better right
okay
just wait এটা exit କରିବାର କାଇଁ scope?
सर गोटे कॉल हमें फोन कर
हाँ नहीं फोन बटन तो मैं पाइली न्यू मीटिंग की जाउची न्यू मीटिंग जीवी तो
यस सर
क्लोज गला एटा एटा जॉइनिंग देखौची जॉइनिंग इनफॉरमेशन देखो जाओ कि देखो अच्छा हम गोटे काम करिया जदी क्लियर सुबुची ताल विदाउट वीडियो मोड रे हम जीवा
यस सर
okay okay thank you so in what are the benefits to the customers let us see we discussed what are the benefits of e-commerce to organizations now let us am I audible ebe thik hela to
Yes, sir.
okay thank you
यस सर
so customers have more choices they can select from many vendors and for more products in Amazon you find so many brands in Flipkart you find so many brands so customer has the biggest benefit of comparison of choice you have so many choices you decide which brand you will buy and which particular brand is more less expensive in comparison to others suppose a shirt cost 2000 rupees in Amazon it costs 1800 in Flipkart it costs 2100 in Silori so in Myntra so there are so many choices in two terms one is more vendors and more products right this is number one number two frequently provides customers with less expensive products right so there are also any buyer any consumer can have access to these and can participate in this how there is a shirt of 2000 rupees as well as a shirt of 500 rupees suppose if you go to Kalamandir there is a range you cannot come to less than that range come beyond come lower to that range so you cannot buy in Kalamandir if you don't have that kind of money but in e-market or e-mall you can go and buy anything then quick delivery of products and services you get by 8-10 days and you can return within 1 month and you can exchange that there are facilities though there are some problems in that then 24 hours service in evening after 9 or 10 in Bhubaneswar shops are big shops are closed everywhere the whole world shops are closed in the night but here you can late night you have sufficient time after coming from office college school whatever after normal work you can make a buying you can go to you can attend and participate and hear the round you can buy and there are also offers choices various festive offers now it is going Xmas like that then you have relevant information on a particular product what is the brand what is the cost what is the material what is the size and so many things even in physical mode you cannot you don't have time in a rush to go to the shop and have time to compare with other products suppose you go to Kalamandir or a mall you find only 100 varieties of shirts or maximum 200 varieties of shirts but here you find 4000 5000 2000 1000 varieties of shirts and out of that you can have a choice then you can participate in virtual auction also jota virtual nilam that is there you can participate and get the benefit then you can exchange ideas you can have a comment this is a bad product this is a good product that will helpful to future customers which you cannot do in other shops then this is from a market-centric approach to a customer-centric environment. So earlier, in a physical mode of marketing or commerce, that was market-centric. Market was the dominant mode. Here, there is some freedom, some choice, some capabilities given to customers. So it is more customer-centric than market-centric. So these are the major benefits given to customers in e-commerce. Then you have society. Subhuj to?
Again,
then society. So what is the benefit to the society? Benefit is to society is that many people are getting more time to work at home or to do less traveling. So there is less traffic, there is less air pollution, and as a consumer, you get benefits of time and money, and this is contributing to the development of the society. Then society gets lower prices. Society means consumers in the society or people in the society get items or merchandise at a lower prices. So less affluent people or poor people can buy more and increase their standard of living. So if you are expending or spending less on your consumer products, then you save money for other products, products like health, education, housing, etc. So that gives you a good standard of living. And if many people are getting good standard of living, then the standard of living of society, suppose we are talking about Indian society, then it will be higher. It will be we will be catching up with other developed societies. That's a good idea. Then you have facilitates delivery of public services. So cost of distribution and increasing quality of the distribution system can be easier so far government is concerned. And this is relevant, particularly next point is this is relevant particularly to the third world countries and rural areas particularly to enjoy products. So now you will see, you take the experience, let us analyze our day-to-day experiences. Can you think of a Zomato or Arata Kono? What is the other name? Other Fiji. That is
Swiggy.
delivering. Huh?
Swiggy.
Swiggy. So, have you tried to see their mechanism? I find in Bhubaneswar, where I regularly take tea and sit there, I interact with these Zomato boys. They're highly educated, BA passed people, MA passed people, even some engineering students are there. They're engaged in this. They tell their experiences. What is this? Before 10 years, we cannot think of this in Bhubaneswar. So now you sit in the room, particularly the girl students who are living or staying in hostels, particularly in front of Ramadevi Women's University in Saidnagar. So they were facing the problem of this food item, getting foods. So normally private hostels do not allow cooking normally. So what they do, they go to hotels. And you see in a patriarchal society, in a patriarchal culture, you cannot have this food independently. If a single girl goes to a hotel to have a food, I'm talking of 10 years back, many people will see in different eyes and she will feel uncomfortable. So now if they will go in 2 or 3s, they will face such problems. So now this problem is not there. You order a meal or whatever you want, whether it is biryani or whatever you want, through this is e-commerce. So by this using of e-commerce, what this girl or boy does, she gives time or he gives time to study and do not necessarily waste time on coming to a hotel, again going back to his or her room, and that time is saved for our study or for our personal work. So that is a great benefit, particularly in backward areas like in Odisha, and now they are extending their services to rural areas. So these are the benefits to society. So we analyze the benefits of e-commerce to organizations, to individuals or consumers, and to society in general. These are benefits. There are so many demerits there, but we are discussing how this can be helpful. Then I am not eulogizing, or I am not saying everything is okay. This is a golden era in e-commerce. There are so many issues, but we are discussing in part of our course of study that these are the advantages. Then what are the limitations of electronic commerce or e-commerce? That means what? First, let us discuss technical limitations. What are the technical limitations? The technical limitations is there is a lack of system security. So you are always open to fraud. Your Facebook account is hacked, and the fraud is asking in your name to your friends, give me money, and your account is taken away. Money is taken away from account if you are indulging in e-commerce. There is a risk that in terms of security. Then there is insufficient telecommunication band, that is net connectivity. So that is a common problem, because if people in Delhi, Bombay, or Bhubaneswar have a seamless experience on e-commerce, this may not be possible by the people living in other areas, particularly in backward rural areas, right? Then there is a need for special web service. Unless you have web service, you cannot do this. A particular website must be there. This is not possible for all. Then there is another limitation is this software fit. If hardware and software must be compatible, you must develop a particular software for a particular e-commerce. All softwares are not uniformly applicable to all kinds of e-commerces. So every e-commerce portal has its own software, has its own security arrangement, has its own redressal grievance mechanism and everything, like returning of etc. etc. There are fake websites. There is a website for luggage, cheap luggage. Many people order, and finally it was found to be a fake. And there is no mechanism to catch them. If you file a case in police, police is mostly backward in terms of e-access. It cannot help you because in police stations they don't have this e-access or e-computers. It may be possible in Bhubaneswar Commissionerate Police or Cuttack Commissionerate Police, but this is not possible in remote areas. These are technical limitations. So what are the non-technical limitations? Many legal issues are unresolved. Complicated legal issue. What is the legal issue? You ordered, there is a legal issue some days back, you must have seen in television and newspaper, that somebody asked for woodland shoe in Flipkart, and it was found that that is a duplicate woodland shoe. So they went to consumer court, and finally, after a long battle, they could the court fined Flipkart that you should pay the cost. This is not possible for somebody, all people. Suppose I ordered, I do not get, I ordered a telephone and I got torn papers. Chiraka aji midla bank beta bhitru. So you don't have time to go to police. You don't have time to go to file a case. You don't have time to run after that case. So these are the non-technical issues. That is legal issues. How the frauds, how the cheaters can be punished. Then government regulations and standards is not clearly defined. So Information Technology Act is there, but new types of frauds or new type of cheating are coming up daily. And there is no provision in this law. So how they can be resolved? Court will say that there is no clear-cut rules for this kind of fraud. So we cannot punish them. गोटाए निर्दिष्ट ठकामी बदलुची ठकामीर चरित्र जेहेतु से ठकामी रे कोनोसी ये करि हबनी कोन माने दंड देइ हबनी कोर्ट विल से सो द undefined, not clearly defined legal position is detrimental to the interest of consumer in the e-market. Then e-commerce is still evolving. It is not in a final stage. It is evolving throughout the world, and we are in some sectors we are advanced, in some sectors we are backward. So we have to wait for its total evolution as a secured and accessible and pleasant experience. So that is there. Then most of the customers, they resist change. They don't want change. This is the normal behavior of all people, and India it is more. So when there is a change in e-commerce, many people are not accepting. So many people are trying to find or go to traditional means of commerce, going to shops and buying and selling. This is not acceptable by common people. That is the problem in India, and particularly in Odisha. So there is a wrong perception that e-commerce is expensive and unsecure. So many people do not want to resort to e-commerce. Then there is a sufficiently large number of critical mass of sellers and buyers that is conflicting of interest. So many e-shops are there. You don't know which is genuine and which is fraud. You don't know whether that brand is real or fake. You don't know whether this duplicate or original. How can you identify? You cannot identify. So that is a non-technical risk is there. Then there is a risk. Another is e-commerce will result in breakdown of human relations. So you go to market, you mix with individuals. You should seriously discuss this issue. This is an important issue. So what these e-technology or ICT is making us, not as human beings in the society, that is making us individual customers, individual consumers, not as human beings. So when you go to market to buy vegetables or whatever, you mix with people, you meet with your friends, you go with your friends, you eat with your friends, you have tea and coffee with your friends, and that is very socializing of relationship. So when physical mode of marketing is being replaced by e-mode of marketing, the human relationship is in danger. That is the most crucial aspect of our modern day living. So when you go to society, you discuss about society, you discuss about politics, you discuss about marriage, you discuss about dowry, you discuss about divorce, you discuss about education, you discuss about your teachers, so many things you discuss. And that by that you gain knowledge and you share knowledge. But this will not happen. You sit in your drawing room and order 5 shirts, 10 shoes, for your entire family, for yourself, then you don't have an interaction with your friends. So the human relationship is in danger because of this e-commerce. That is the non-technical disadvantages of e-commerce. Then what are the forms? We have electronic cash, e-cash. So e-cash means we are paying cash electronically, that is through e-check, credit cards and other method payments, that is called electronic cash. So I am trying to go to the next chapter by finishing this. Yeah. So then we have electronic checks. That is similar to regular checks. They are secured public key cryptography, and there is a password, and that is suitable for micropayments. Then you can get electronic check from bank or financial institution. Then you can give like normal checks. Then electronic payment cards. This is in use for several decades, right? It is not a new thing. You all know that. Then there are just a fixing of amount that you can pay such an amount with this card, not beyond that. That is because of security. Then handling of micropayments. What are the inconveniences? There is security problem. There is incompatibility problem in e-transaction. That may not be compatible. If you wait for some time in SBI YONO, that is automatically out, log out. So what will happen again? You have to relog. If you continuously forget your password, then you cannot transact on that day. So if you have an urgent issue, you cannot do that. And you will be waiting in the daytime to come to the night time, and night time there is not possible. Then your problem will not be solved. Then we have electronic markets. You know electronic markets or e-markets. So you traditionally know market is a network of interactions and relationship where information, products, services, payments are exchanged. So this is also happens in electronically in a market that is called e-market. So in e-markets, the principal participants are transaction handlers, buyers, brokers, sellers, and sometimes the middleman is not there, right? Then you have electronic retailing and wholesaling. I gave you the example of Alibaba store and retailing by Flipkart and this Amazon and other web stores. So you have electronic retailing that is through direct sell, and there is also electronic wholesaling. Then banking is a serious concern in electronic business. That is, in bank has been totally using ICT for business, for its own business. That means bank has been totally digitalized, and they are encouraging you should not come to the branch of the bank to reduce the number of employees and to be totally dependent on these ICT tools, information and communication technology tools. Then you have this treasury system, government treasury system that is computerized now. All bills are paid, salaries of employees, GPF, everything is paid through e-payment or e-commerce. So e-commerce is another area that has entered into government transactions, particularly treasury and bill passing, budget controlling, online check generation, receipt accounting, GPF payment, General Provident Fund payment, arrear payment, and so many issues are there. So the key concepts is extranet, TCP1, pool type, ban. These are the various forms that we discussed regarding e-payment, right? So next chapter is, अच्छा এটা কোন এটা তো clearly সুবিধা, but what is the problem in video? I don't understand what happened. There are two links showing. I cannot go out of one link. Time is same, and MPA class by Manaswara, MPA class by go. One is showing now, another is dead. Anyway, so we'll be finishing the class. Let us. Next chapter is delivery of citizen services and the role of ICT. Next chapter is ICT need, right? So what we have seen out of this discussion in these 3 days, that our way of life, our way of interaction, our way of human relationship has been totally changed or affected by ICT. So if you go to the story in Prathamashtami, normally from your uncle's side, from uncle's home, people go to the first son or the eldest son or daughter for Prathamashtami to give sweets, pitas, and this new dress. But now what is happening? Say they order a dress online, give your address, and that arrives in your home. So the human touch in these ritual, that is Prathamashtami, observation of a Hindu system, is not there. So our way of life or communication, you are no more communicating by going someone's home. You are making a telephone call. So interestingly, you must be aware of that suppose in a marriage, nobody now is going home by home distributing cards. So आजिकल कार्ड के बांटुଛନ୍ତି ना WhatsApp रे पठा देउଛନ୍ତି. What is your experience? So most of the cases now is that cards are being distributed through WhatsApp, right? Invitations are made through WhatsApp. So this means our way of life is being replaced by information and communication technology. So question is whether information and communication technology will dominate our life, will control our life, will manage our life, will decide our life, or we will decide the use of ICT. So that is a big question, whether human being will be powerful or whether ICT will be powerful. So if information and communication technology dominates us, controls us, then that will be a tragedy for human civilization. If we will control them to our use, then that will be beneficial to us in every sector, education, health, etc. So here is a question, how citizens can get benefit by the intervention of information and communication technology. First thing they must have access to public documents, records, schemes, programs, budgets, gazette notification, legislative material. Now you go to the website of Supreme Court, you will find all the cases there digitally. You go to the High Court, you will find all the cases. You go to the GA department, you go to the land department, you go to the health department, everywhere you will find the public documents easily accessible. So you need not go to the office. A senior citizen need not go to the office to find a document, apply for that, give a payment for that, and also there is a chance of corruption, denial, etc., etc., etc. Second is authentication of documents. That means you have a document that needs to be authenticated whether this is right or wrong, whether this is duplicate or original. So you have to go to the database. Suppose you buy a land from a owner, whether he's the real owner or not. You can go to the Bhulek, that is the website in Odisha, where you can find the ownership of the land records, and you can find the land you have bought which actually belongs to X or Y. That is authentication. Then online payments. So payments of electricity, telephone bill, water charges, you can do it online. You save your time, you save your money, you on travel, on waiting, etc. Then grievance redressal. So you have a grievance. You can write to the chief minister's grievance cell, to the collector's grievance cell, to the judge's grievance cell, everywhere where there is you have a grievance. But whether this is effective, whether they will deliver the service, that is most crucial. We have to ensure that these grievances are redressed by the appropriate authority within an appropriate time. Unless otherwise there is no meaning to that. Then online filing of complaints and grievances. Suppose you put an FIR. You put an online FIR. This is not possible in Odisha. This is possible in some other parts of states, like Karnataka and other states. But this is not possible right now. We have e-Thana. You can put complaints in police stations. But this is not in a wider application. Then online application register. You can register your application online, right? This can be possible. Issuance of certificate. You can issue certificate online. This can be possible. Then online tracking of building plan. Suppose you apply for a building, your plan, you have submitted your plan, and you can see online whether it has been approved, so that you can go ahead with the building execution or with the building construction. You can go for online. So then issuance of landing records, online action and bidding. Bidding means nilam kariga. Then online Mandi market rates you can find in Pondicherry. What they have done, they have totally classified various commodities items and put the prices available. What are the prices in Pondicherry? Pondicherry is a small state. This is not possible for big states, because what is the price of a particular commodity in Malkanagiri, that may not be the price in Bhubaneswar. So uniformity cannot be maintained, right? This is a problem in online Mandi or online market. Then online payment of dues. There is a notice through your phone or mail that this is due, this payment is due, you should clear your arrear dues or payments like electricity and others. So point is, citizen services can be easily made simple, accessible, and free by these services. Then where the delivery can be made? That means what are the service delivery points? That is a subheading. One is website. There you can do that. Then civic service centers. That is Jana Seva Kendra. What are required for that? What is the basic requirements to have e-service to the citizens, or delivery of services to the citizens? We need networking. Unless you have networking or net connectivity, you cannot do this, right? Then computerization. You need computers. You need computers in villages, not only in Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, or Jaspur, Kendrapada, or Jagatsinghpur district headquarters. You need computers with connectivity at villages. So for that, you have to totally build up your structure or infrastructure for that. Then web enabling, then other technology required for that, that you know what are the technologies like database management system, server, JSP, SQL server, etc., etc. Then public-private partnership. This is a dangerous area. What is public-private partnership? We have experience in India that in the public-private partnership mode, there is more private than public. So private partners or private companies are coming to use the government land, government infrastructure, government money for their private interest. They are raising the cost of these services. So if services will be given or provided to people with a higher cost, there is no meaning of providing them. This again creates the inequality. Those who have money, they can get the service. Those who don't have money, they cannot get the service. So for all these, you need public awareness, public consciousness, public participation. Unless you do that, you cannot have this success in this use of ICT in delivering public services to the people. Then you need accountability. So the officers or the bureaucracy or the agencies who are doing this, they must be accountable for that. Otherwise, this is not possible. Then there must be political will to implement this. Rajnaitik ichha shakti নহলে this cannot be implemented. Then bureaucratic acceptability. These are important points. I am just explaining them. Bureaucracy should have the willpower, should have the commitment, should have the acceptable mind to implement that. Most of the time, they are resistant to implementation of new projects. Then there is the question of security. And finally, there is the question of sustainability. This should continue. This is not for 1 year or 2 years. This is not for inauguration. You see, you will see in Odisha or India, so many good projects are inaugurated, then it is stopped. This is not working. Why it is not working? There is no connectivity, there is no maintenance of computer. So you have to plan for another 10 years, 1 decade, how this continue, how this project will continue. And from the continuance of the project, you will see what are the challenges, what are the limitations, what are the deficiencies, and what are the weaknesses, so that you can improve upon, right? So with this, this is finished. Then we have next chapter, this Indian Railways. I will not go to that in the next class tomorrow. I will finish, because these are single projects. That is ICT in Indian Railways. You know, computerized reservation system. You know, computerized cancellation system. It is one of the best in the world. That is railway tracking. How earlier you could not know where is train while traveling in a train. Now in online, if you search a train, you can say it is nearer to such station. It is late by some hours. It is fast by some minutes. You can every information regarding train, you can get that. So use of ICT in India is a successful story only in railways. Railway, that is earlier the dalals are there. They are capturing the tickets and they are selling in the black market. But now there is a limited scale of this dalal in railway ticket reservation system. But almost it is out of middleman, right? This freight operating system, everything in railways, that will study tomorrow. I will just give you idea what are the apps or systems working. Then we have Surjacom ICT project in Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation. Just I will discuss what are the major new initiatives they have taken. Then after this Visakhapatnam, we need to go details to that. We just have awareness. This online tracking of buildings plan status, online filing, settlement of complaints and grievances. The very good mechanism of municipal corporation of Visakhapatnam ICT project, right? That is the next chapter. Then after that, What is the chapter? Let me check. E-Seva, that is self-help in ICT project in Andhra Pradesh, like Praja. So next chapters I'll finish tomorrow. Acha, is there class tomorrow? Our class अच्छी tomorrow तो कल
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा ना मुझे 25 तारीख पे छूट छाट तो मैं देखने से प्रोग्राम था
नहीं सर,
No,
online
sir,
class.
online class.
अच्छा ठीक है we'll go and we can have a relaxation for this Xmas. Will you observe Xmas tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It is already 7, so we'll try to do this.
I have a
Not-
I have a question.
हाँ हाँ कोई होती
sir,
Sir,
partnership
partnership of
engineers can
हाँ कौन
जोड़ा सर
today public
फिर सेटा
is a good day.
public private partnership means more private and less public. That is the danger. Only you don't have money by the state. That is a plea by the state that we don't have money. But in the name of public private partnership, suppose you are doing a new project in ICT. State says we don't have money to go for the project, but we need that project. So we need private investment, but that should be on equal terms. Private players should contribute to this, but private players are using the resources of the government and taxing the people with a higher price so that they get more profit and people have to pay more price. Right? That is the danger.
But
But
sir, it's like
it's like India.
these are developing.
Hmm?
I think best
ଶୁଭୁନି କଣ କହିଲ
sir, developing
Developing
PPP model
model
ପିପିପି ମଡେଲରେ
developing
developing
PPP successful ଥାଏ।
ହଁ ଡେଭଲପିଂ ମଡେଲରେ ପିପି ଶୁଭୁନି
ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ସାହୁ ପ୍ଲିଜ ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିଦିଅ ନହେଲେ ଶୁଭୁନି। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଡେଭଲପିଂ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିଜ ରେ ପିପିପି ମଡେଲ ଅଧିକ ସକ୍ସେସଫୁଲ ଥାଏ ବୋଧେ।
No, no. PPP model is almost pure because of the burden of cost transferred to people. That is the major deficiency in PPP model. Almost everywhere in the country, right? So that is the major lack. देखो मैं ज्वाइन करेंगे फुल वाला है
ସାର୍ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ
Okay.
ସାର୍।
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. हेलो गला तो हेलो